Good morning, Colleen here, Student Fitness, and today I'm in a little bit different view. Our house is being painted, so all the furniture's out and the garage is full of crazy time. So let's start with a couple of little inhales here, just trying to get stretched out a bit. So nice big inhale and exhale down. Another nice big inhale. And exhale down, good. Roll those shoulders all the way up and back. And nice rotation. Good. Now go ahead and take your hands all the way up, and I'm going to grab at the wrist on the one side, and I'm just going to kind of push my hips out to the right as I pull the hands over to the left. Kind of call this a little banana stretch. I want to roll my shoulder back, and so that nice side body stretch. Roll with, that's good. And then switch the hands that you're holding here. And I'm going to push my left wrist out. And just push it all the way across. Oh, dog's coming through, helping out a little bit. Good, all the way up. And go ahead and exhale down. Let me put some music on and let's get started. Let's start with a nice marching. March. March, march. Now that smile. Pump those arms. Good. Turn down just a little bit. Yeah, so make sure you can hear me. All right. Make sure your volume's all the way up too. March, march. Give it a little step touch. Step touch. Sway those arms. Good. Alright, now let's add a little biceps. And then I'm going to add that hand curl. So bring those heels up to buttocks. Yeah, good. Those quadriceps nice and stretched out. Alright, now take it just back to that. Tap, tap. Shoulder lift, 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 and let's roll it back. Feels so nice to get all stretched out. All the way, good. Take that the opposite direction. Let's roll. And let's bring it back to center and march. Take some hips here, so a little double, double, double. Let's single out, single, 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 single. A little sassy there. All right. Now I'm going to actually lift my feet up, or at least my heels, so I have a little more wiggle going. And you kind of can see how I'm lifting my heels up there. And having a wiggle, really working those hips. All right. Now we're going to take a little walk. Figure eight. So I'm going to walk up and down, and another way. Walk. Little motion this morning. Walk. It works on your vestibular system there too. And back to center. And march. March. Good. Give me some slow squats here. So down, 2, and up. And down, 2, up. And down, 2, and up. Down, 2, and up. And down, 2. Good. Give me a little march, 2, 3, and lift. getting a little tight. And the back's getting a little rounded in the back, so we'll keep our posture nice and tall. Good. Let's take it down by our side. Take it down and up. Roll those wrists. Roll. I'm getting just a little squat there as I come down. And roll. All right, and let's give ourselves a big hug right here. So open hug. Good way to start the day with a nice hug. Can't get from someone else, get from yourself, right? All right, you can grab a sip of water. And now we're going to go ahead and sit down into your chair. I don't know how that volume sounds to you. It sounds loud to me. Since I'm in kind of an echoey room. All right, let's march, 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 pump those arms. You guys suggested in the past, maybe putting your own music on and just watching what I'm doing. All right, let's take it out and back, out, back, out, out. Good. Getting that nice high lift, taking it out to the outside, out and back. All right, now let's just take it out, out, and in. So out, out, bring it back. Give me a nice clap on that 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 3 and 4. Perfect. Boy. Do a nice echo work. We'll probably do a little yodeling. All right, and last one right here. Back to center. Good. Give me a little knee lift and let's flex. Point, flex, and point. Give me a nice circle. Back the other way and circle. And bring it back down. Good. And lift. And flex and point. Really want to keep those ankles flexible. And let's circle one way. Good. And back the other way. Perfect. Back to center. Now, in, extend, and down again. In, extend. Let's do a 5 of this, like 3. Really pushing it out through that heel. 4. Last one. Sit up nice and tall. Good. Other leg. Bring it up. Extend, and down, and up. Extend, and down. One more, up, extend, back, and down. Now take your foot out, I'm going to turn my toe out. I'm going to take the leg out to the side, and then turn my toe in, bring it in. You might have to guide that chair a little bit. Hold on. So turn the toe out, turn the toe in. We're working a little different muscles with each direction that we take it. Good, one more, out, and direct it back in. Good. Other leg, my toes turned out. Take it out, turn the toe in. Take it out. If you happen to have a strap, like a yoga strap, you could also use that strap to guide it out. And then if it's too much just to hold it out there. All right, and last one. Perfect. And back to center. Give me a little cha-cha. So we'll go out and back, cha-cha-cha, out and back. So cha-cha is a 1 and 2. So it's 3 steps done to 2 counts of music. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Good. Let's take it for a side step. So we'll take it side step, cha-cha-cha. Cha-cha-cha. Side. Cha-cha-cha. That calls a side pause if you were doing it with your partner. Cha-cha-cha. Out and back. Out and back. Good. Cha-cha-cha. Cha-cha-cha. Last one. All right. Let's take those toes just across single. Just a little tap. Kind of turning from the torso. As those hands get that little counter twist. And twist, twist. Working that torso. Hope you guys all had a nice weekend. It was kind of nice to have these cool mornings. You don't have to be out of the house by 5 in the morning. You can wait till 6:30 for your 7. Kind of nice. Sleep in a little bit. All right. And let's double it up. So I'm going to go double and double. So take it out and back, out and back. Stay in that same leg. Out and back, out and back. Good. And back to center. Now give me a single march. Boom, boom, boom. Up, stay by the music. And let's change legs. Up, 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 up. And let's finish with some jumping jacks. Take it out. Back and out. Back. Let's go for 8, 3, and 4. Remember, we can always do a single one. 5 if you want. And 6, or both legs. 7, and 8. Wonderful. I'm going to grab another sip of water. I'm going to go ahead and stand up. Move that back to the side a little bit. All right. Let's get a little step touch here. Step touch. I'm going to get a little uppercut here. So I'm bringing the arm up, up, up. And I'm contracting and squeezing my biceps up, up, up. Of course, we end up working all the muscles in the arm and even the abs because you contract. Take it a little higher, block, block, block. So bring it parallel to the floor. Boom, boom. Now straight down, punch it down, punch, 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 punch. Get a little step tap there here too. Punch. Perfect. Then we take it to the front. We do a little roll, 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 and tap. 2, 3, and tap. So in that tap, I'm kind of doing a one-legged squat. I roll the arms one way, and then I reverse it. Bump, bump, ba-dum, ba-dum. 2, 3, and back. And back. Good. One more time. Back and back. And now let's take it to the side. So I'm going to take it, roll, roll, roll. Now give that overhead punch. Punch. Just a step together, step. Or you could just march in place if you wanted. Or in your chair, you might go marching in place and then punching. And 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, punch. Good. One more time, each way. And back to center. And march, march. Let's take those toes out to the front. Toes, 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 toes. Take the arms to the side. Get a little pulse. Take it back. My palms are facing the back wall now. Take it out. Good. And push it down. All right, now take it some small little circles. Good. Now let's take them bigger circles. Take it to the back. Nice full range of motion. If you can. If you can't, keep it here. All right, so kind of figure out what works best for you. And tap. Perfect. Back to center. March. So we come back to center, always take a moment to get a nice breath. And let your body relax a little bit. And then we go into our next little part. Take those heels out. Out, so I'm working those inner thighs, abductors. All right. And let's take the arms, let's pull them back. Pull. Can't do both arms and legs, do one or the other. Or make up your own. Make up your own little routine. As long as you're moving and smiling with the whole gang. Let's take it up overhead, pull down. When I see you in person, you can show me your variations. I'm always open for new stuff. I'm always needing new stuff. Perfect. Now let's reach across. Nice long stretch. Crossed, crossed. Reach, reach. If that's too fast, you can take a little longer stretch. Take a little longer pause there. Otherwise, go speed with me. Speed. And let's take it across the body. Reach. Now we're working that mid to low back. And reach, reach. Perfect. Take it down towards the floor. Reach, reach, reach. Good. Bring it back to center. And let's march, 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 march. Give me a nice inhale. Good, and exhale. Let's get some side leg lifts. So side, 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 side. Remember, we're hinging from the hips here. If I need to, I can hold on to my chair. I can have it in front or a counter, whatever you need to do. I like to kind of push the hands down because that kind of helps with the balance. Works for me, maybe not you. Push, push. Now I'm going to take it for doubles. Push to the front, so double. So you really have to switch your weight, so make sure you've got a nice line of where your balance is. You don't want to be leaning too far one way or the other. You might topple over. No toppling around here. Push, push. All right, next time around, I'm going to go for 8. Some of you might be able to keep the leg up. Otherwise, you might tap your foot in between. 6, 7, and 8. So I could just tap it in between. 3, 4, or keep it up. 6, 7, and 8. Good. Give me some kicks across the body. Kick, kick, kick. Perfect. I'm going to add a little grapevine to that. So I'm going to do a little kick and then step behind step. Kick, kick, 1, 2, 3, kick. Kick, 1, 2, 3, kick. Nice. Let's change that to a twist. 2, 3, twist. 1, 2, 3, touch, twist. 3, 4, grapevine, twist. You can have a clap there too. Twist, 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 twist. Twist. Last one. Twist. Back to center and march. March, march. Good. Let's go with that little soccer kick. So just lifting that leg up. Take it a little higher, up, up, up. And let's take it now to the back. Back, back, back. Out to the side. Out, 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 out. Elbow to knee, pull it in, pull. 2, nice balance here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can't do both. Pull the arm in or lift just the knee. And put them both together. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. All right, so we're going to do another pattern. I think we've done it in a little while. We've done a variation of it, but going to come back to this one. All right, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, out, out, in, shuffle back, march, 3, 4. So 1, 3, 4, take it out, out, in, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's almost like a little cha-cha step going back. Back, back, 5, 6, 7. Let's do it one more time. 1, 2, 4, out, out, in, shuffle back, back, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now squat for 8 here. 2, remember in the squat, I really want the hips back, knees and ankles in alignment. 5, 6. This might be something that you'll have to watch in the mirror yourself. Let's just go for 10 since I'm talking too much. And 10. Good. So you might have to kind of watch that and make sure in the mirror. Let's come forward, left foot, left, 2, 3, 4, out, out, in, shuffle left, right, 5, 6, 7, 8, pull, 2, 3, 4, in, shuffle back, 5, 6, 7, 8, shuffle forward, and then out, out, in, shuffle back, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think this might be the 4th one. Let's do one more. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, out, out, in, shuffle, shuffle, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep that march going. Make sure you're breathing. If you're having a hard time breathing, first of all, you can stop, take a break, or you can count with me. So sometimes counting or singing, trying to make conversation with somebody else that might be in the room is kind of helpful. All right, so we're going to do some little grapevines, and we're going to do, we're going to watch the car. Actually, one of my friends said the other day, They washed and waxed both her and her husband's car. I'm like, I haven't done that in, I don't know, how long, maybe never. All right, okay, so wash on, wipe off. I'm just doing a step together step. And I wanted to kind of do a full circle in front of me. And go, good. And this little circle. Now I'm gonna take both hands, whew. Now we're in the car wash with those little I don't know, those little things they have to turn around if you ride through the car wash. Seems a little easier than doing it yourself. We're getting a little lazy, aren't we? All right, last one, both sides. And back, good. Back to center. And let's do a little cumbia rock. And I'm gonna suggest that maybe you have your chair beside you just in case. So that cumbia rock, we go forward and back, forward, just tapping that toe. Slow, slow. Now I might hold on, or maybe I can get that nice little counter with my arms here. Okay, now I'm gonna take it for faster. My music freaks out here for a second. All right. Okay, so the music's back to me. Let's take it faster. So forward, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Now take it slow. Slow. This is one of my favorite playlists. It's just an instrumental, and there's a little funk in the middle of it there. I don't know how to get it out. Don't know enough about my computer. Now we're going to take it a little faster. So fast, 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 fast. Good. Back to center. We're going to do a similar step, but we're going to do heel toe instead. Okay, so start with that heel. I'm going to do an exaggerated heel, toe, heel, toe. So see, I'm really boom, boom, heel, toe, slow, slow. Now I'm going to take it fast. So heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. Might have to hold on, that's fine. We're just kind of strengthening the standing leg. All right, and other side. Heel, toe, heel, toe. You want both legs, if possible, to be kind of equally strong. So if I lean to one side or the other and get off balance, that my leg can hold all of my body weight. Just one leg, now take it fast. Heel, toe, heel, toe. Now you can see my feet there, but heel, toe. Perfect. Back to center and march. March, march, march. Pump those arms. Maybe some knees here. Take it up, up, up. So we're going every knee. And like when we're warming up. And it might be down here lower. Or maybe some of you are guys are really getting some active arms there. Let's take it for 2. So 2, and 2, and 2. So the reality is that we are doing balance work throughout our workout, which means we're also doing ab work because balance work is ab work. Take it for 4, 4, 3, 2. Switch. If you have to hold on, that's fine. 2, 3, 4. Again, 4, 3, and switch. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Back to center. March, march. Nice inhale. Perfect. All right. Let's grab a sip of water. We'll do a little balance. So today, we're going to work on our chair balance. And I'm just going to kind of show you sideways. This chair balance is really good at helping do squats because when I go into a chair position, it's just like I'm going to go and sit down in my chair, right? So that kind of helps us to get the idea of knees and ankles in alignment. Okay? So I go into chair pose, I push my hips back, I lift my heart. My hands could be here on my thighs. They could be straight out in front, or maybe they're going to be up by my ears. Okay? So you push the hips back. Okay? Boom, boom, or boom. I could also do a chair pose, just kind of in place in the chair, and work on the strength in my arms. Okay, so coming down pushing it back. Hold, take a few breaths here. And I'm pushing back into my heels quite a bit, and I can lift my toes up a little bit, because when we're getting out of the chair, I want to really push into my heels as I'm rising up from that chair, and then kind of roll up. So you want to really push into those heels. All right? Good. Now I want you, we're going to lift one of those heels. See what I'm doing sideways, so I'm lifting that heel. Okay, so working on that balance, the hips are pushed back, lifting that heel. I could be the chair, doing that too. And then rise up. Good. And you can go to the other side, drop hips back. And your chair might be right here. It doesn't have to be all the way down. Just kind of work with what feels comfortable for you. And then I'm going to lift the heel. Boom, boom, or boom. Okay, so finding the best position for you is really important. And hold that for a few breaths. And then coming back. And for this last one, I'm going to suggest you go ahead and use your chair. And this is called awkward pose. So I'm going to push my hips back into that chair position. I'm going to lift one heel, and then I'm going to lift the other heel. Okay, and then maybe I can have one arm up or the other. Or maybe I can have both arms up. But for those trying that, it is definitely a little bit of awkward pose. But a really good strengthening pose. All right, good. Shake it out just a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and turn the music off. And we're going to grab our resistance bands, if you have those. Let's turn that off. So, resistance band, we can do the same movements with or without them. The resistance just makes it a little more work. All right, so I'm going to start today with our band about 3 feet apart. I'm going to bring it up over my head, and if possible, have my arms, right, my head right between my arms, okay, rather than over this way, whatever, okay? And then I'm going to kind of lean to one side, and I'm going to come back to center, and I'm going to lean to the other side. Kind of like when we started this morning with our little stretch at the very beginning of the class. But now we get the resistance band, our arms are a little further apart. Okay, all the way over and back. And part of the challenging part of this is our tendency is to want to do this, okay? So you want to try to keep the arms apart and go. All right, now we're going to kind of let the arms go apart. So I'm going to pull it across, and then I'm going to pull down, okay? So back up to center, so straight lined up, and then pull down. And you can, figure out whatever resistance you need. So it may be a little bit more open or more closed, and then pull all the way down. Good. And other side, all the way down. Good. Now we're going to bring it in front, and I'm going to pull all the way out to the side. And if you see, I'm bringing the band into my chest. Okay, then I'm going to let it come out. And then I'm going to take it up to the right, diagonally. And again, it's not out here, it's going to be in by my chest. And then I come up, and then I go left diagonally. All right, and then come back to center. Pull it out. And again, I can do these same motions without the resistance band. So be kind. And some people like to use the physical therapy, different, I don't have one right here, but different little bands too, so those work. All right, and diagonally. Okay, now I'm going to turn the band so it's straight up and down, and hold on to it with my thumb facing down and the other one facing up. Okay, so they're facing each other. And I'm going to pull straight down midline here. Okay, so I'm pulling it straight down, and then I'm going to flip and pull the other way. Good. And bring it straight down and flip. Perfect. And flip. Side, pulling straight down. And as always, I could be doing this in the chair too. So monitor how tired you are or what you want to do with this. All right. now we're going to do bow and arrow. Okay, so bow and arrow, I'm going to pull one arm back and one arm out. Looks like I'm shooting a bow and arrow. And find out what your resistance needs to be there. I'm going to pull back and back to center. And I'm going to pull back. And I'm getting that nice turn of my body too, so I'm not just pulling here, I'm turning and pulling and kind of looking over that front hand. Bringing it back together and pulling and turning. Good. And back to center and pulling. Excellent. Back to center and pull. Good. And let's bring it back to center. All right, roll the shoulders out. You know me, I'm into the wiggle, so if anything ever feels tight, you kind of roll a little bit, you roll a little bit, or you roll your head. So there's nothing wrong with moving and grooving, okay? All right, let's bring those bands out in front. Okay, we're gonna bring them up, and we're gonna bring them down, and up. And as I'm doing this, I'm pulling from the shoulders out a little bit, getting a little bit of resistance. I'm working the shoulders. Okay, if you guys are overachievers, you can throw a couple squats in there too. Okay, nice little squat as we're going up and down. If I'm in my chair, I could be lifted up and then squeeze my glutes. I could be standing and squeezing my glutes too as we're coming back down. So squeezing those glutes really helps. We want our glutes to be, which are our hips, we want our glutes to be nice and firm and our thighs to be firm, you know, so that we can walk and get around and do all the things that we want to do, swim. So I'm going to keep that body nice and taut if we can. Good. Okay, so now I'm going to hold just above my handle of my bands, bring it into my heart, and I'm going to work on the tricep, which is the lower muscle below the biceps there. And I'm going to pull it out to the side. Pull it out. And again, if you want to add some squats, you can always add squats any place you want. One thing about exercise is that you can always make anything that I do a little bit easier or a little bit harder. Okay, so kind of, you know, that's part of the learning curve, figuring out what works for you. All right, and let's take it slow. So out for 2 and back for 2, out for 2, back for 2. Let's go ahead and do 5, so 2 more, out, there's 4, and bring it back, and 5. Good. I was a little concerned I was going to have to do this video outside, and then all my neighbors would be like out exercising in their yards or something, and I'd be hot. All right, so take it out to the side and back. And I'm not sure how long this is going to end up taking because I think they're doing some little side jobs in between, and so all of our stuff gets kind of left in the garage, I think by 3 weeks. So you might get a view of my whole house before we're done with this. All right, let's go a couple more here. 7 and 8, and now slow it down for 5, so out and back, and 2. And I want to have a little resistance even at that halfway point. See how my band is taut? And back. So I might have to adjust it a little bit. And back. Good. And that was probably 6. I don't know. But we're back. Good. All right. And then let's just put that band in front. And I like to kind of squat a little as I'm doing this and maybe step into it a little bit. But I'm going to do a little figure 8. Okay, so I'm kind of stepping into it. And turning those arms, so it gets the arms, the shoulders, and elbows, and the waist, and the knees, and hips. It's kind of a nice little movement, okay? Now I'm going to back up the other way. Again, I could be doing this sitting down. So I hope that if you are doing this workout in the chair, that you have figured out how to do most of the things from a seated position. Or have made up your own variations. Good. All right, I'm going to put that aside. I'm going to get a sip of water, and I'm going to pick up my weights. So as you guys have figured out, a lot of what we do with that resistance band are the same muscles that we work with our weights, just a little different way of doing it, a little different kind of resistance. All right, so let's start with our rotator cuff, okay? And I'm gonna have you start in that hammer position. So let's take it out, and I have my elbows kind of locked in. And notice as I take it out, my shoulders go back and my sternum lifts. Okay, so I take it back. And so it feels like maybe we're working the wrists and the forearms, which we kind of are. But this one's really for opening that whole shoulder and, you know, the shoulder blades and the pec area and all the muscles that are involved in your shoulder blades there. All right. And then we're going to take it and slow it down a little bit. So take it out halfway and then away and back and out and back. Good. And out and back. Now I'm going to turn them so they're facing up. I'm going to take them out. And you can just bring them back and forth if you want. Or if you want to work the wrists a little bit, you can turn it over. So bring it out, turn it back over. Good. Out and turn it back over. Out. You would think when I turn the music off that I would count more because I don't have the music set with the beat, but unfortunately I talk more when the music's off. All right, good. And let's bring that down. All right, so now my palms are facing my thighs, and I'm just going to bring that arm straight up and down. Take it up and down. I'm going to do a couple here, and then we're going to add on and down and up and down. Good. Now I'm going to take it up, take it out, take it back to the front and down. Now if you can't take it all the way out, keep it close. That's fine too. Okay, so always listening to your shoulders, wrists, whatever place you might have an injury or a weak muscle. But also keep in mind that sometimes you can tell from your weights when you're doing one side at a time what arm might need a little extra work to strengthen it. Maybe you've overlooked it, or maybe it hasn't quite recovered, but it's on recovery. All right, now if you want, it's up to you, you can take both of them out and back to the center. And when we're doing some of these things, if something feels like your weights are too heavy, put them down for a little bit and just do it with the weight of your arms. Because the weight of our arms, when they're extended long, gets pretty heavy pretty quick. So we don't necessarily have to use weights for everything that we're doing. Boom, and back, and down. Good. All right, so I'm going to turn these palms out, and I'm going to roll my shoulders back. And when I'm doing this exercise here, I'm kind of opening up and doing a little bit of a back bend. So see how my back is kind of arched just a little, maybe lifting that chin up, lift my sternum up, okay, so get that stretch. And then I'm going to come forward, I'm going to round the back a little bit, pull the navel in. Yeah, so just kind of, and sometimes after you've done a few different weights routines, you want to kind of come back and loosen things up a little bit. Good. All right, so let's come to our biceps now, and let's just single count. Just bring it up and down, and up and down. And one thing about our weights, and I see it especially with biceps and triceps, it's really easy to just swing them. Okay, and you're more likely to get injury, and you're not going to get the strength building that you want. So you really, it's controlled. Okay, when you're lifting weights, it's controlled up and it's controlled down. All right, so now let's take it and let's do it half time. So I'm going to go up halfway and then to the shoulders, halfway and down. Now you should, when you're at that halfway point, you should kind of feel your abs engaging also. So most of our exercises are not for one specific muscle. It might be mostly for that muscle, but you can't move the body without getting benefit to a lot of different parts of the body. All right. Good, let's do one more here. And back, down. Good. All right, so let's add a, let's do something a little different, okay? Let's take it up and we're gonna go pulse, pulse, and pulse, pulse. I'm tapping the toe, okay? So pulse, 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 pulse. Tap, 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 tap. So just get a little pulse. When you add a pulse or you add a hold, it makes things a little harder. Good, and down. And then we're adding a balance to that. So that was a super duper move, right? All right, so switching the other way. I'm gonna take it out, I'm gonna do a little tap, that toe, bring it back, tap, 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 tap. I could be doing sitting in the chair also. Tap, tap, a little pulse at the top, pulse, 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 pulse. Good. Pulse, pulse. One more time, up and down. Good. And back to center. All right, roll those biceps out a little. And let's get a biceps to an overhead press. So I bring it up and then I push up and overhead and back down. Again, be kind to those shoulders. If this one doesn't work, just do biceps, bicep curls. And up, down, and up. Push. Perfect. All right. And up and push. Let's do one more each side. And up and push. And up and push. Good. Okay, so there are biceps, a little workout there. Let's come down to the triceps. Let's play with triceps in the chair, right? Okay, so let's start with just one weight, and let's do a little overhead, okay? So dropping it back and up and back, and I want kind of like I'm scratching that shoulder bit when I bring that weight back. And up, 3 and 4, 5. I can be doing the standing too if you want. 6 and 7 and 8. Good. Let's get the other side. Okay, so dropping it back. I use my other hand just kind of for balance and just to kind of make sure that that muscle's working and I'm kind of keeping it nice and straight. So it's not really doing any of the work, it's just there to monitor the work. And 6 and 7 and 8. So probably a lot of you guys already saw the amazing fungi. I think that's what it's called. I saw it for the first time Friday night. AARP had a streaming of it. What a beautiful show and what an interesting show it was. All right, so take the shoulders back. My palms are headed back, and I'm going to take them back and 2 and 3. Open that chest. And 4, 5 and 6. Yeah, so I guess AARP has these free streaming movies that they're doing. Let's do 2 more for 10. The next one is The Artist's Wife. That looks kind of interesting. Might check it out. Give something to do. All right, let's get some kickbacks. So I'm going to kick back and back. Okay, so the elbows up nice and high, kicking back by my side. And 4 and 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. And let's do a little combo. So I'm going to do a row and a tricep. So I'm going to come down here, and then I'm going to kick back. I'm going to take it down. Ooh, looks like the wind's coming up a little bit, and back. And take it down. I guess no more rain for the year. At least the mornings are cooler. I'll take that. Been taking my dog and running him in the grass down at Udall Park, and oh, he loves the grass underneath his toes, under his paws. He's getting a bath. He's getting a bath after this, after I'm going to teach. All right, let's get a little kick back here. So kick back, and 2 and 3. I hope you didn't hear that. 4 and 5 and 6, 7. They're pretty smart little creatures, those guys. And 8. Good. Now let's do a little combo here. So I'm going to take it down, up into the armpit, and then kick back. It's a little row. Down, kick back, down. If everybody's doing okay here, always take a break if you need it, but push yourself a little bit to fatigue. You want to fatigue your muscles. That's how they get stronger. And then when you take a day of rest in between lifting weights, then the little, I don't know the names of them anymore, little something blasts come in and they do the little repair. And when they repair a muscle that's been worked, it makes them stronger. All right, and then I lost track of my count. All right, so let's go ahead and stand up, or you can stay seated if you want. And let's work our shoulders. Okay, so I'm going to hinge from the hips a little bit. Bring those weights out in front. And let's take it up for 3 counts. Now let's take it up the top and take a little pause. Okay, so a little pulse. So let's go pulse, pulse, and down. Good. Pulse, pulse, and down. All these little things just pop into my head as I'm working out. Poor guys. You guys have to deal with my randomness. And pulse, pulse. That's all good for you. It's all good. 6, 2 more, 7, and 8. Good. Now let's just lift one at a time. Get that unilateral lift. I always kind of like to work sides together and then sometimes work them apart, just so I know which one needs a little work, or which one, or maybe they're both perfect. Maybe they're both exactly the same. All right, and last one. Good. And ultimately, once we get into this position, I'm looking up because I'm talking to you guys. But ultimately, once you get in, you want to kind of keep your gaze down and keep that nice long line so you don't have this little kink stuff. All right, now I'm going to come into that plie position. And remember that plie, the knees go out over the toes. And, you know, it's sometimes I think, oh my gosh, I'm so redundant, and I'm telling you the same things a lot of times. But I know just in myself that I love all this stuff, and then when I'm telling you guys something, then all of a sudden I go, oh, I wasn't quite doing that. So it kind of helps all of us. My dad was a teacher and then a counselor, and his whole thing was, tell him what you're going to tell him, and then tell him what you told him. And I found that's kind of true. All right, so with that said, we're going to take, lead with the pinkies, arms long, take it out to the side. So I can just take it out to the side without doing any squat if I want, okay? Or I can add that squat just like I'm sliding down this white wall behind me, just straight down, knees going over the toes so that the weight of my body is coming into the tailbone. You know, we really just want to protect those knees as much as possible. We want all the muscles around our knees, our hamstrings, our quads, the calves. That's why we do heel lifts, you know, to get our ankles nice and strong. Get everything strong to protect those knees. So I don't want to be doing sloppy squats. So you really want to make sure you're doing correct squats. Good. Okay, so then let's turn our palms up. And you can do that plie again, and we're going to come into He-Man. I call it He-Man or Goddess. Okay, so you're going to come up, right? And you don't need to, I don't want you throwing them up, okay? I want you to slowly bring them up. Boom. And down. And bring them up. And down. Good. And up. All right, and again, I can always add that squat. All right. I think I've told you one time I'm sitting in class, teaching class, and I hear someone going, 20. And then a little later I hear her go, 59. And a little later she's like 80 something, and I'm like, what are you counting? And she goes, that's how many squats you've had us do in class today. So if I'm overkill, just don't do them. But I thought that was pretty humorous that she was counting. And they're not always, I don't always do that many. All right, last one. Off you go. Perfect. And let's get one more kind of for those oblique muscles on the side. And that's the one we're all working on all the time, probably those love handles, little love handles. All right, so I'm going to have my right leg forward. My left leg's going to be in that L step that we've used a couple times in Tai Chi. And then I'm going to do a little lawnmower thing. I'm going to pull up, and then I'm going to kind of twist my torso and pull it back. So I'm going to come down. You can have a little further apart if you want, whatever works for you. Towards the knee or towards the floor, and then come up and twist. And come down and twist. And twist. torso workout. Twist. Let's do a couple more. I don't know about anybody else. I'm a little warmed up. Okay, so now I'm going to turn foot there, and I'm going to go the other way. Okay, and get that little rocking back and forth, and get that little twist. And come up and twist. Perfect. And twist. And as always, if you guys have any requests for things, just let me know. The hacienda, you can just let the girls at the front desk if you have any questions, and then hopefully they'll pass it on to me. Or if there's anything you want me to do more or less of, I'd love to hear from you, know you're there. All right, and last one. And since we got just that one weight, let's just do a little lasso. I love the lasso because it just kind of gets the elbows and the wrists and the shoulders and all the way into the torso. Makes me feel like a cowboy, cowgirl. Back the other way. I don't know if you guys ever seen the Tucson Boys Chorus. The advanced group does these whole lasso routines. You got these young boys jumping around and do these lasso things. It's amazing. They're really good. All right, I'm gonna put those weights up, and I'm gonna come down to that seated position. Grab a sip of water while I put a little different music on here that we can relax with. Take some breaths. Let's see. How about this? All right. Good. So let's come to the seat. Take an inhale up. Bring the palms of your hands together. Bring them into your heart. Go ahead, dive those hands out, open them up, and come all the way around. This whale's tail, all the way up. Exhale down. Inhale. Open up. And all the way back. Good, one more time, nice inhale. Bring the palms of your hand together into that heart center. Open it out. Open. And all the way back. Good. Give me a few pulses here. Palms facing forward. Bringing those shoulder blades together. Good. And turn the palms back. A few pulses here. Good. And a few circles. Good. Bring those hands to the front. Let's turn those palms facing up and then turn them down. Turning them up. Turning down, kind of notice the shoulders turning. Now I'm going to turn one hand up and then I'm going to flip. And I'm going to flip. Good. And bring those hands together, pushing fingers to fingers, okay, and just kind of put them out in front. Really spread the fingers as far apart as you can. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing there. Actually, I should do it here, okay, this way. All right, and then bring it into your heart, and then go ahead and tuck it down, and up, and tuck it down. Good. All right. Now let's go ahead and extend that leg long, pull the toe in, and come forward, just kind of leaning into that thigh. And let's switch. Pull that toe up and come forward. Good. And let's turn sideways on our chair. I'm going to drop that knee to the floor, stretching this quadricep here. And maybe get a little extra stretch by bringing that arm up. Some of you might even be able to stretch the leg back a little further. Good. Bring both knees together and then reach around the back. And then come around the opposite side, drop that knee down. Get that nice stretch, reach up. Bring both knees together, stretch from the back. Come back to center. Go ahead and extend those legs out, cross the leg over. Go ahead and slide it up to your knee and pull that foot forward. So we have the heel right on top of your knee there, or actually on top of your thigh. Get a little forward fold there. You can kind of grab the foot if you want, push the thigh down a little, reach out, get that nice stretch. Good, and go ahead and release that. Cross the opposite leg over, bring it up to your knee, and then slide the foot forward. I just find it's the easiest way to get into this position. If you're not comfortable here, I can keep it down here. Okay, you get the same benefit, opening those hips up. So all the way up here. Good. Some of you might be able to stack your arms, or maybe reach behind your chair and come forward. If anybody who does, walking, riding on the bike or the spin bikes or whatever, your hips can get pretty tight. So it's kind of nice to open them up. All right, roll those shoulders out a little bit. Good. And let's take that chin to your shoulder and just get some nice little rolls from side to side. And inhale on the side. Exhale, roll down. And up. And back to center. And just finish with a little up, down. Chin up. And down. And chin up. And chin down. Good. Give yourself a big hug. Thank you for being here. And we will see you all again next Monday.